What is up, y'all, and welcome back to the Grind Time Shop for another episode of the Together We Print podcast. Today we got Season 5, Episode 8. That's right, we are 8 episodes in. We are nearing the end of Season 5. It's been an absolutely insane week of just big orders. This week has been like the week of, hey, I don't need just 50 shirts. I need 400 of them.
I need hundreds of them.
Yeah, we've been knocking out a whole bunch of stuff around the shop, staying busy. We're going to talk about all that here in just a bit, as well as we have a very special guest in the studio that y'all are going to want to hang out and listen to us talk to for a little while. But for now, go ahead and kick back, relax. The Together We Print podcast starts right now. Y'all, and welcome back. Yeah, absolutely insane week, okay? It's been trying to knock out, a lot of the orders that we get in our shop. A lot of our business is repeat customers. We have a lot of new, we do let in some new customers as we have the availability to, but being kind of a part-time shop, we have a lot of returning customers that we print for on a pretty semi-regular basis, and then we as we have the time, we let in some new ones, and we tend to retain those customers very well. I think that's something
without a doubt
awesome about our business.
Yeah.
But at the same time, every once in a while, a few of the big clients, and when I say big clients, the ones that order more than 50 to 100 garments, all right? We have a manual press. There's no automatic setup here.
Nope.
So, yet. So we have a manual press, and 100 garments. It takes a little while. It's not too bad depending upon how many colors it is.
Yeah.
But when you start to get into 200, 300, 400, that's when we start to label big customers. And we have a couple of them every once in a while that line up, and they order right around the same time.
Dude, every time. It's the same time.
I mean, really, every, March, April, May, leading right up into the summer, everybody starts getting busy, and we start getting busier. I mean, historically, that's a thing.
I think it's about twice a year we get these massive orders, because when school comes back in after summertime, we'll get massive orders
from
at
the
that
school.
point.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy, but I feel like we just kind of we know how to kind of plan it. Now, we have a big order right now that we've been working on knocking out, and it's going to be multi-days because obviously there's two of us. We're here for like 4 to 5 hours a night, the nights we are here, and then we have long days on Fridays when we're not doing podcasts. But it takes a little bit. So we've been working on Allegiance, and Allegiance, it's 400 dry fit Badger garments, 200 short sleeve, 200 long sleeve. The thing is, when you hear
front,
400
back, sleeves,
front, back, sleeves, it's 1,000 prints. So it's one of those things where it's massively time consuming, but we love printing for Allegiance. Obviously, big ups to Allegiance sponsor.
Yeah, where they at? Over there somewhere.
Over there, you got it. Big ups to Allegiance Roof Systems, sponsor of the podcast. And like I said, anytime Thomas needs something for Allegiance, we make it happen. So it's one of those things where it's time-consuming, but a big order, great order. And then right as we're kind of like getting right into that, we get another big order from one of our other favorite customers, Dunedin Brewery, all right? And we love printing for Dunedin Brewery. Typically, it's a few designs, 100 to 200 shirts of each design.
Yeah.
And, man, we are so excited to get another big order of close to 500 garments for Dunedin.
What do we got, 3 to 4 different designs to do for them again?
3 designs for like 455 garments total, I think, somewhere around there. So, I mean, really great order, and we're very excited. We love printing for Dunedin, and it's a perfect excuse for me to slide down there on a Friday.
Get some poutine,
and some chicken wings, bro. You know it. You already know. And then bring back a couple 4-packs. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta get some air.
But yeah, like I said, it's very awesome to be blessed to have, these big customers that put in these big orders. But obviously, there's a massive amount of like planning that has to go into getting 400 plus shirt orders done in the same 2 to 3 weeks when you're not here full time. So we've obviously, all the garments from Allegiance were ordered a while ago, and they've all luckily shown up. So over the next week, we'll be working on finishing up everything Allegiance. And this morning, actually, we ordered some new sleeve pallets, huh?
Yeah, didn't want to have to do it, but unfortunately, when you got this many sleeves to do at one time, I mean, it was a necessity.
It was something that had to happen. So we were able
to do
to.
sleeves pretty quick.
We can. We do them pretty quick.
On one pallet.
We've done them pretty quick in the past on one pallet.
200. I'm not. That's.
There's no reason to.
Nah.
There's no reason to. I think we've finally gotten to the point where we can justify, with these 2 big orders in the same week, buying some more sleeve pallets. You know,
I would agree.
I'm not gonna say we're cheap, but we're frugal.
Yeah, we're frugal. That's exactly what I was gonna say. We're frugal.
But yeah, so we got some new. Called up Melray Industries this morning. We got 2 new sleeve pallets on the way for our Vastex V2000. So big thanks to Melray Industries. Hopefully those should be here by the end of next week. We'll already have the fronts and backs done. We'll knock out the sleeves, and then we'll move right into that last 2 weeks of the month, finishing up everything for Dunedin Brewery. So really awesome. And then also we've had a bunch of other stuff going on, mainly getting ready for the first of some new grind time designs, right? We got some screens sitting out there.
It's coming.
It's coming. Folks, we've like I said, we've been talking about everything that we're going to take out to Furnace Fest, everything we're going to drop on the website here this year. It is starting to come to fruition. So be expecting a new vlog over on YouTube. If you're already there, make sure you smash the subscribe button, leave a like, and then turn on notifications so you don't miss the upload. But it's one of those things where we'll be vlogging pretty much every single design that we're going to do for Furnace Fest. We'll make into like an entire vlog video of the actual, a little bit of the design process, prep process maybe, and then getting it ready for print and then actually printing it in the final product. So it's going to be really cool.
Also, if we would go ahead and tell everyone, like as we do each design, we will have them all available online for you to be able to purchase. So not only will you be able to see the process, but you'll be able to put a pre-order in for that shirt for when we go to print them. And something that we've been doing now lately.
That's one of the things you're going to get into. Yeah, go ahead.
We are now going live on our Facebook. We're trying to get the Instagram on our YouTube channel here. You can catch us every single Monday night live. So the plan here is that we're going to have a new design come out. We'll do a pre-order for it for about a week or two, and then the following week we will go live, and you guys will be able to see us print these things live and in person. You know what I mean? If it's like, hey, this one's for Jen. Boom, here is Jen's shirt right here. This is the one,
And then we'll pack it up and send it out the next day.
Exactly.
So, yeah, really cool. I definitely wanted to talk about it. That live was so awesome, man.
Oh, man, it was.
That was such a cool experience.
That was our first time really going like.
Yeah, we went live with the episode 1 of the podcast this season, and then we ran into some issues. So
we went live a couple times on like TikTok or Facebook,
Instagram, stuff like that. Yeah,
I mean, this is a long. We went. It was like hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Yeah, and y'all can go over and check out the entire live video if you want. It's available over on the YouTube channel at GrindTimeFL, and it lives there as a video. But yeah, it was a really, really cool experience because it was something we had never actually done before like that. Like we never went live just for us, like printing in the shop, just hanging out on YouTube, talking with everybody. Like we weren't in a super big rush, so we had the available time to kind of like sit back and chat with everybody and hang out. And
some of you guys had some questions for us. We answered. We help you out.
It was a really killer experience. And thanks to an incredible program that we were just learning about, Restream, we were actually able to stream this on YouTube and Facebook at the same exact time. So whether you caught it on Facebook, whether you caught it on YouTube, we appreciate you coming by, stopping by, hanging out every Monday night. Be looking for the lives to go up. Obviously, if we have a crazy week, we'll see. But most Mondays, we're going to try to go live for a little bit in the shop and actually hang out with y'all a little bit more because it's something we enjoy.
For sure.
And I would definitely think we're going to add a second camera angle here soon, so be on the lookout for that. Like that's coming, maybe a top-down press view, just to give y'all a little bit more to look at. So
you guys be able to just hang out with us once a week as we're printing. Hang out, come chat.
Yeah, definitely a pretty cool experience, and hopefully it'll build into something where we can. I mean, I'd love to do some limited release stuff that like you can only get
on the
live that night. You know what I'm saying? And then we're not doing it again. Like I love the idea of doing some stuff like that. So we'll be exploring some of those avenues as we get a little further into it. But always, check out the Monday nights. Be looking for the live. And like I said, if you have notifications turned on, you'll never miss a live. So check us out, guys. It's a lot of fun. So and then from there, we have a whole bunch of work still to do prepping for Furnace Fest 2022. All right, so but obviously we've got to jump on it this year. Like, we're ahead of the game.
We are ahead now than we were last year.
Last year we struggled because we were so busy coming up to it. And when we finish these jobs for Allegiance and Dunedin, we have a nice little kind of like buffer right now where we've left ourselves a few weeks of putting client work to the not to the side, just not taking in client work for a week or so to give us some time to start printing some of these new designs and shooting some of this content. So it's gonna be really cool to do that, but we've been swamped with stuff for that. I mean, obviously there's a lot of fine details in getting the compilation ready. We've been working with our guest today on the artwork, obviously, a whole lot, and now we're getting the backs of the albums done. We're getting T-shirts for the actual event and that artwork finalized, as well as more graphic design stuff that we're taking to Furnace Fest. And we're getting the tents and the banners for this year ordered with all the logo sponsors on them.
It's like we definitely got to start on things, but we also have 3 times the amount of stuff.
Oh my gosh, we definitely went a little harder this year, I think, than we did last year.
Yeah, we definitely way harder.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So for those of y'all who are on the fence, let me go ahead and push you off. Okay, get a ticket to Furnace Fest. All right, let me shove your ass off the fence into Sloss Furnaces. Okay, because I'm telling y'all, it's going to be an incredible weekend. The lineup that dropped, we talked about it on the podcast a few weeks ago, absolutely astounding. They're still adding more bands. We're going to be there. We're going to be there all weekend shooting a ton of content. Come by, hang out. We're going to be handing out the compilation album to everybody, which is insane, giving out thousands of copies of free compilations, stickers, and this merch that we're bringing y'all. It's out of control, man.
So good.
It's out of control. We've worked so hard this year on fine-tuning what we're bringing out to Furnace Fest, and I really think that y'all are going to love it.
Oh, without a doubt. I think it's when people see it and you guys come walk by the booth, you're just going to be like, it's like a party in a booth right here.
Oh, bro. Yeah, we're going hard this year.
I told Chris we were going to bring LED lights and a little background noise.
Strobe or something.
Strobe light. You walk by and you're like, damn, I got to stop by there. It is literally a party in that booth.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time, man. I'm really looking forward to it. So, and then really I'm going to wrap up things going on in the shop this week with a tease for another announce, right? I feel like that's the way of the grind time, right? So, we've got another special event planned for 2022.
Do I know what you're about to talk about?
You do, absolutely.
Oh. I thought this was being another one of those moments where you're like, by the way,
dropped something on you.
Extra special something. I'm like, what? I don't know.
No. So we're going to Furnace Fest in September, right? Mm-hmm. Going out there to vend it up, listen to some music, have a blast.
Right, now I remember.
And we're coming back.
We got so much going on. I forget what we got.
Coming back in September, and we're gonna get into this a little bit more. I'm not gonna officially. If you want to know officially where we're going, I'm gonna make you hang out until a little bit later, and we're gonna talk about it here in the podcast once the guest comes on. But just know, for the next 15, 20 minutes, we got a heck of a grind time trip lined up, y'all.
Well, that's because our guest is going with us.
Yeah, our guest is going with us. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that a little bit more. But we teased so much that I felt like I might as well put the tease
in the beginning.
Of the episode and make you wait. Watch the next few minutes so you can find out where we're going with the guest. So yeah, that's a big thing that we are also preparing for because there's a whole lot of moving parts with that. You'll find out a little bit more here in a few minutes, but there's a lot of moving parts. Obviously, anytime that we take the business out of town and we're planning to shoot content or get stuff for the YouTube channel or the podcast, there's a lot that goes into it. And this one actually even envelops a whole lot more stuff. I'm very excited to talk about it here in just a bit. So that's going to pretty much wrap everything up that we've had going on in the shop the last week or two. So now, a word from our sponsors.
Today's podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, Allegiance Roof Systems, for all your roofing needs, commercial or residential. They're one of the top roofing companies in Northeast Florida, and they also give free estimates. Call them at 904-449-2416 and get yourself a new roof that will last a long time. Once again, that's 904-449-2416, and let them know that the Grind Time Boys sent you. Allegiance Roof Systems.
All right, y'all. Big thanks again to Allegiance Roof Systems, as always, for being an incredible customer and an awesome sponsor for the Together We Print podcast. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different, all right? This next section of the podcast, we typically do just me and Alan, but we got to bring in the guest right now, all right? Because, one, he's got his own artist spotlight we're going to talk about, and two, it's just going to make a whole lot more sense here in a minute, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is not only one of the best damn graphic designers, photographers, and videographers we know, but he is also one of the creative minds behind Grind Time Clothing Concepts. That's right. He actually helped start this very podcast. Please join us in welcoming back to the shop, Mr. Cody Pulliam, y'all.
Woo! Yay, yay.
Hello.
What's up, dude? Very excited to have you in here, man.
I'm excited too. It's been a minute,
bro. I mean, you used to sit over there in season one
behind
and
the
shoot
camera with the couch
the episode,
going
yeah,
on.
with the the casting couch vibe. Yeah, man. No, we've changed it up a little bit. It's, you know, once we didn't have a camera person, we had to figure out how to do this all on our own.
It seems like you guys figured it out pretty well. I'm very proud.
Thank you, man.
Season
that
5.
means a lot. I mean, season 5, bro. It's absolutely insane. So we're going to go ahead and move on into the artist spotlight. I know you got one with you today as well. So for those of y'all who don't know, the artist spotlight is just a second where we take a moment to shout out people doing cool stuff. That's right. We all get caught in the monotony of scrolling through our phones every single day. We tap that double like, we tap that share, but who really sees it? Okay? So this is just a time where we take a second to say, hey, we see you. You're doing some cool stuff, and we wanted to tell some people about it. So Alan, Cody, why don't y'all go ahead and take it away with this week's artist spotlight?
Let's start with mine. Let's pull
all
mine
right,
up.
let's get it up. Oh, well, it's going to bring up Cody's first because that's the one I got tapped.
Cody, go ahead.
Cody, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, this is Azuki. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they are an NFT project I've been following for a bit. But they have this like super cool like neo anime style.
Yeah.
It really fits like the vibe of what I've been like going for lately. They just started doing like artist visuals. They'll be doing some stuff at Coachella. Like I like everything they're doing. Not super familiar with their white paper or roadmap, but the art is sick. I found them on Twitter, and I just like everything that they do.
And this is an NFT project.
It's an NFT project, yeah.
Interesting.
So
I've been talking a lot about the NFT thing with a lot of people here recently. A lot of artists, honestly.
Yeah, I got my eyes on a few, and this is the one that's like stuck out to me the most lately.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, y'all make sure you check out Azuki over on Instagram at AZUKI Azuki. And then they've got some Linktree links where you can go and check out some other stuff and actually look in a little bit. Cody makes content.
It's my side profile.
Right on. So, yeah, Azuki, sick art. Make sure y'all go check that out. And, Alan, your artist spotlight for this week.
Yeah, mine is Bodega Prints.
All right. Let's check this out.
I believe they are out of California.
Okay.
I say they. I'm pretty sure it's just one dude. He kind of started. If you go all the way to the bottom, they kind of just recently been around, not that long. Well, not all the way at the bottom, but somewhat. He started off in his garage.
Okay.
And there's if you go up some,
there's
it shows where he got the keys to his new shop right there.
Oh,
boom.
There you go.
He got him a shop. Now he's in a warehouse.
There we go.
There is one thing that caught my eye. There's a halftone one that he did. Keep going. Might be the other way. I don't know. Yeah, it is the other way.
Yeah, well, we may
too
not.
Too far, I think. No, keep going. Keep going down. There was one where he did a picture, like he did a halftone picture. Oh, yeah. So check this out. That and that. These are the two cool ones, dude. Right there on that.
Oh, yeah, that's super tight. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's super tight.
That is sick. And then this turned out.
Oh, yeah, that's really sick,
great.
too.
That's great.
Yeah, it
like,
came
it
out
looks
super
like a
good.
painting on a shirt, dude. Like, he just killed that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Bodega Prints on Instagram. BODEGA Prints on Instagram. Check them out. They're pretty sick. If you're in the California area, you need something done, hit them up.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Well, that is going to wrap up our Artist Spotlight section of the podcast this week, which is going to move us right on into our special guest interview. And obviously, we already have him on. This would be the time where I usually bring him on, but we got him. Cody, what's up, my dude?
What's up? Nice to be here.
Oh, man, super excited to have you on, man. It's been a while, and like I said, just a little bit of backstory for those of y'all who don't know. We'll talk about it a little bit more, but Cody actually helped start this podcast. So when we were in the pandemic and things had started kind of going south and things got really slow for us, Cody was working here in the shop with us and really pushed us to kind of try and figure out some out-of-the-box ideas to stay relevant on social media and build our online following while we weren't that busy.
Yeah.
And the podcast was one of his ideas that ended up growing out of that. He's done all the official artwork for the Together We Print podcast, including this logo right here and the new one. We got a shirt for you with that on it, by the way.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, and so, yeah, very, very cool. Very excited to have you on, man. Like I said, I feel like it's been fitting that if the first season we actually have guests, we got to have Cody on, right? I mean, that would only make sense to me. So,
very honored.
But where I would really like to start with everyone is the origin story, all right? So, obviously, we know you as this graphic designer, photographer, videographer, creative mind. I mean, where did all that begin? Was it like, because for me, I knew I couldn't draw from a very young age. I didn't have to be but about 6 or 7 before I drew something and I went, yeah, that looks like shit. I'm not gonna keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? So how did that all work, man? Tell the guests a little bit about it.
Yeah, we'll try not to make it too much of we'll do a long story short.
Life,
the biography. But yeah, I mean, my parents are both of creative minds. They're both passionate about art. It wasn't like something they took, like, I guess, super seriously. Yeah. But my grandma was an artist of like all the traditional mediums. And when I was a kid, I don't know if it was like they kind of like led the witness there, so to speak, or I kind of just ended up there. But I started drawing at a really young age. Parents were really supportive. My grandma would always like save stuff that she thought I would like to draw and kind of like put that together.
Yeah.
So from I was like a kid, I was like probably like 4 or 5 and started drawing.
Okay.
And then that in graphic design didn't come around until probably middle school. My dad and my stepmom were both graphic designers and did that kind of stuff. So I kind of just followed that thread, graduated high school, was like, don't want to do college, upset the parents, the whole bit.
Yep.
And I think back in like 2010, it was probably a lot easier to get like small graphic design jobs from like I don't know, like venues and stuff like that.
Yeah,
before
yeah.
there was,
Logos, things like
yeah,
that.
before you had like Canva and stuff. Like you need
Yeah.
people to like make flyers and put up posters and stuff.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of stuff like that, and that kind of just led me to doing like, I don't know. I think I remember at one point like I was like, how do people make money doing this? Because it was like graphic designers have jobs and then like artists sell pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that like conceptually, but I was like could never fathom it. And then I was in like a Hot Topic one day and was looking at the giant wall of shirts and I was like, someone had to make all this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, but at that exact moment, I felt like I was 5 years too late in my life. So I kind of just like stopped doing a lot of art and design. And I met this guy named Phil who was into like photography and video and music production and art and design. And he was like chatted up and I thought he was super cool. Still was a great guy. But like, I was like, I want to go make music videos. And I just went and went to Sears, got my first credit card, maxed it out on a Canon T3i, and which like I used for a long time. And then it's not like the rest is kind of history because there's like a lot of ups and downs, but it was like art, design, photo, video, and then just kind of combine everything into the next several years of my life to get here.
Yeah,
I guess that's
absolutely.
the short origin story version.
Yeah, that's crazy,
I remember,
man.
like when I spoke with you and met you, and I was like, hey, because you were taking pictures at 1904 for not for adversaries, but you were just there. We started talking outside the show. I was like, yeah, we want to do a music video. And you're like, well, I can do a music video.
Yeah.
And you were like, you said, I've got a couple under my belt, not too many, not whatever. And I'm like, yeah, let's try it out. And then that was kind of like all she wrote. And like you did the first adversaries video, did the second adversaries video, did 5 Southpaw music videos.
Yeah.
I mean, like.
No, I mean, like I said, I was going to get into that because, like I said, when I met you, you were fresh into like getting ready to start. I think the beginning of InDivision. Like
really
at the very
early on
beginning, and it was one of those things where you were playing music, and I knew you as like a kid who played guitar in a band in town.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, realizing how heavy you were in like photography and video came later after I met you, and I was like, oh, this is just a really cool cat who plays guitar in a band, right?
I guess I skipped over the whole music part on the origin story, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's fine. That's fine.
It's okay.
You're into music, and we're going to talk about
I just
it. Like
forgot.
I said, I'm bringing.
I forgot I played music.
I forgot.
Completely forgot.
One of the reasons I wanted to do photo and videos, I like music and playing in a band. I forgot all of that.
That's what I'm saying.
What I was gonna say is like when you were saying that you used to make the flyers for all the bands, dude. I remember back in the day, like before all this was a hit, like everybody knew somebody. He's like, I need flyers made. I got a guy.
Oh yeah.
Everybody had a guy.
Yeah.
For flyers, and it wasn't like this. Oh, let me just order them quick. Blah, 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 make it like you had to go to somebody like you.
Yeah.
Who
send all the info and then make a flyer. Yeah.
Dude.
No, it was a lot more difficult back in the day to get like I feel like it was for sure. I mean,
it took a lot longer.
Before
I'll tell you that.
Before the internet was as expansive as it was, and people worked so easily via the internet. Yeah. It was definitely one of those things where you had to know somebody, right?
Yeah,
because to go and hire somebody on the internet who you've really never worked with, it was kind of like a weird thing in the beginning. You know, when it was really super into that, and I feel like there were sites like Merch Spin and stuff Design Spin that existed where they would make like random just bulk designs and throw them up on websites, and you could put your band name in for an extra $5, and now all of a sudden you had a high quality screen print design. But it definitely wasn't a thing, and like I said, I met you playing guitar, and then through it was probably a while after you toured doing the InDivision thing for a year solid or so, and then all of a sudden Alan comes in and you had done the music video for us, I think at this point, correct?
Yeah, at that point.
And Alan's like, hey, I was talking to Cody, and Cody's talking about, could we use him around the Grind Time shop? And I'm kind of sitting here like, yeah, I mean, we definitely could, right? Like, I mean, he does photo and video. He's good at the social media thing.
We're just getting this thing going. Like, we could use the help. For
sure. Let's bring him in. And you came in and we sat down and we talked about it, and you realized that it was a new business and that we were trying to get off the ground, and were willing to work with us. And man, we really did. We grew the beginning of the YouTube channel and the podcast.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things you came in. As soon as you came in, immediately you had done, when we said yes, let's bring Cody on, you had, before you even came in your first day, you said, when you came in, you done the research and said, we are going to do a YouTube channel. We are going to
the strategy.
You had a whole strategy plan for the company and business in an element that we never even
hadn't thought about. Like, I mean, at the time,
let's do this. Let's have another avenue of marketing and making money and all these other things that we can do as a screen print company. Yep. That when you came in, we just hit the ground running. I mean, your very first day, we shot the Young Ghost promo video. Young Ghost.
Yep. No, like I said, it was one of those things where it just clicked, right? It all just worked out right, and it all just felt right. And like I said, man, it was awesome, and we continue to work together. Obviously, you do a lot of design work for us still, and I bounce a lot of my creative ideas off of you, as far as stuff for the line goes, or stuff for like promotional purposes or anything else. And we work well in that consistency. And obviously, you were here for a while, helped us get everything going, and then you had to couldn't be here full time anymore. So now you work more behind the scenes for us, working with us to kind of help the creative things keep pushing, because we're so busy trying to get the jobs out the door. And it's awesome, man. It's really cool. And you left and you went on to start Rozu Creative, which is your new full-time creative project. And you've been working with a ton of artists, but most notably, I mean, Jeremiah, man. I mean, holy cow, Vaultboy. What can I say enough about Vaultboy? That's right. If y'all are just pinning it, if you're just figuring it out, this guy does a lot, pretty much everything art-wise for Vaultboy. Okay,
you're the main content creator for him.
Yeah,
right?
me and Alexis Rozu are his creative direction anything visual that touches the internet or the world is 99% us.
There you go.
So.
If you have heard the song "Everything Sucks," and unless you live under a rock, you have. Okay, unless you live under a rock, you have. That's vaultboy, Cody's roommate, and like I said, Rozu is the creative directors for vaultboy, which is insane, man. I mean, his career has absolutely just skyrocketed.
I mean, I think a lot of that has to do with the stuff that you do for him, dude.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've shot the videos, and I will say, man, that first video for Everything Sucks, I mean, that was... You shot that at the house, right?
We shot that at our house. I think we've done like 3 of the videos for vaultboy have been filmed in our house.
You completely set up the house in the garage.
We've shot in almost every room in our house.
That's awesome.
At this point.
I mean,
consistency is key.
Yeah, well, consistency and why mess with what works, right?
Exactly,
I mean,
yeah.
It's one of those things where it's obviously working. I mean, he's been nominated for some big awards this last year, right?
He got nominated for the TikTok Songwriter of the Year award via iHeartRadio.
It's crazy.
Did not win. Congrats on Jax. But he got to go be on the red carpet and have an interview or two done.
That's
insane.
That's
huge.
That's cool, man. Well, and like I said, in the design work you do for him, man. I mean, we got to print some of the stuff early in the beginning.
We printed
for the Everything Sucks merch,
Yeah, and now I see, I've got to see some behind the scenes on some of like the new stuff you're working on and some of your graphic design work. And man, it's phenomenal, dude. I mean, obviously he has a vibe, and you understand that, and that's one of my favorite things I think about you as a creative mind is that you came in very quickly and were able to understand the style and what I was looking for and what I was trying to do, what I was into, and then you were able to work with that and adapt to that, which is something that's not an easy thing to find. Not always easy to find people that work well with you know what I'm saying, or with me, and that's kind of always
so easy to work with.
Yeah, that's always been kind of the thing. I mean, easy to work with is one thing, but like people that you feel like you can genuinely bounce ideas off of and they get better. You know what I'm saying? And that's
when you're playing in a band with somebody, you want to be able to play with
feed off that other
the
energy, the vibe.
It's the same thing in graphic arts, and in this industry, you guys do that so very well. Or we all
do.
Video,
like if you're like working with people on a set, like doing a music video. Like if we didn't get along and gel, a music video becomes a little bit more difficult.
Every video you did for Southpaw, which is 5 of them now, and there will be more, it has been, you've even said, has been some of the most easy, relaxed processes that you've done as far as like a music video goes, because we all got along. We already have a history. The band likes you. You like all the guys in the band. Like it went so easily meshed.
Yeah, even like the first video where we had like Alexis on set and everyone's kind of like gelled really well. We had we had to manage what was it, like 40 or 50 people for that.
The second
video.
Yeah, the Stay Down video in the boxing
That was a lot going on.
Yeah, that was a lot, but it was awesome having her there on set too to have it something where we could kind of see and she could look at and go, nah, redo that, but try it at a different angle. And
I'm so focused on the camera. I need someone looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
It was awesome, though.
And that's a great part of what you've been doing with Rozu, and we'll talk about that a little bit. So obviously Alexis is your other your partner in Rozu Creative and also your partner in life. So it's one of those cool things where you get to work with somebody that you love and you get to hang out with them all the time while you're working. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome.
Dude.
That's killer. Yeah. So, but Alexis has obviously been a huge part in coming in and helping you as far as, we saw it. I mean, bro, you are massively busy when it comes to actually doing these projects. And so it's one of those things where you have to have a second hand to be able to do some things every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
And there's only so many times that, like, the guys that aren't in frame in the band can help out with something, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, or the guys you're not shooting at the moment, and it's like, hey, guy who doesn't know how to do this, let me ask you to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When we were on set, there was a lot of time, like, we were off camera sitting at, like, a little table, and they're filming this whole boxing thing, right, where the two guys are like fighting in the boxing ring, and there's like 40 or 50 people surrounding it, and she's like, okay, you guys are doing great, no, you need to have more this,
because she's watching on the wireless monitor
on it, and it's like if you have one guy in the crowd who's just kind of standing like, you know, like, no, you have to have more energy. You need to calm down some.
Because she
like,
writes pretty much all these videos.
Yeah,
so
she helps us, helps us co-direct them?
It's like we're both directors. It kind of like,
yeah.
if she writes, like, she pretty much writes almost all the videos. She, like, ended up writing, like, most of the Southpaw stuff to make sure it makes sense.
Yeah, like, we would give you the ideas, like, okay, this is what we want to do. This is how we want to do it. This is the time frame we want to do it in. And she'll sit down and go, okay, this is how we're going to plan it out. These are the scenes we're going to do.
This makes sense. This doesn't. Rearrange this.
Yeah, and it
she usually ends up following the director more. Like, if I'm holding a camera and dealing with that, it's just easier to have somebody else kind of leading the charge when all that's
100%.
And on top of that, she's a makeup connoisseur.
Yeah,
so when she's on
really
set,
into makeup.
she does everybody in makeup, especially with the boxing scenes.
She
brought all the she made
the blood on the last one was the best.
Oh my god,
that was the best one.
Oh, on the Hard Roots one.
Yeah.
So she comes on set, and it's not like just I made I bought fake blood. It's no, she makes her own fake blood.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
like, dude, well, you saw the video.
Yeah,
like, when dude got hit,
good.
and it looks, dude. That is the most real thing. Yeah. I've showed that to somebody before, and they were like, "Whoa," and I was like, whoa, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the reaction I'm looking to get.
There you go. Yeah, no.
She's amazing.
That's awesome, man. And like I said, some of the stuff that y'all got going on, obviously y'all are slam, but let's talk about it. I mean, what's some of the stuff you got planned with Rozu Creative, some of the stuff you got coming up this year that you're excited about? What you got going on?
Yeah, I mean, right now there's like vaultboy's EP came out in January, so like we're getting. I'm not gonna spill too much of the beans on vaultboy, but he's got some new stuff coming up, which is great. So that means we have new projects. But since we spent like a year like going really really hard on the vaultboy stuff, we get to like kind of. It's not like it's on autopilot, but we figured out a lot. So now it's like we know we have a nice like structure. So there'll be some cool vaultboy stuff happening this year. We're in the process of kind of like re-updating like our brand a little bit because we focus so much on other people that it was like, oh, we gotta like focus on our own shit now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll have like our new reel coming out soon, a new logo, a bunch of stuff to kind of like revamp things on our side.
I love the logo y'all have.
I don't even have. Do we have a logo right now?
You have like that. Isn't it like a Japanese?
Oh, it is. It's just like the name in hiragana.
Yeah. Like that thing looks so sick.
I think a certain audience may get confused by that. So we're gonna do something a little bit more visually stimulating.
Yeah. Cool.
Get it?
Something that Alexis kind of drew that I'm kind of like taking into like my own spin with it.
Cool.
And then I mean obviously we'll do some stuff with Southpaw, some stuff with Adversaries. There's a lot of shows coming up, so it's nice that shows are happening again because I miss shooting shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we have a couple feelers out with some possibly new clients. There's always people you're trying to like develop new like relationships with, and I think we found a couple people that will kind of get us to that next step that we're trying to get to.
You guys are kind of so busy.
Absolutely.
You have like a core group of artists that you kind of work with, and like if one's not busy, you just move to the next. If that one's not, you just like
exactly.
You can literally, there's like you have like Adversaries and Southpaw, our bands. And then you have like Danny's thing that you got.
We have a few artists that are like pretty much all full-time work.
Right.
You guys kind of get slotted in between Adversaries, Southpaw, like Grind Time even sometimes.
Grind Time work.
It's just kind of like they get slotted into wherever like the full-time retainers don't need stuff.
You have like a calendar that you keep in your office, right?
Oh my god, we have to. It's like Alexis has like she constantly is asking what are we doing and when, and it's gotten to the point now when someone's like, oh yeah, can you do this thing? I'm like, oh totally, I can totally get it done. She's like, She's like,
look at the calendar.
when are you gonna have it done? When do you need it by? And she's like, there is not a chance in hell you're gonna have this done in time.
Yeah,
and I'm just like,
I remember you telling me you have this calendar in your office that you have to look at every day.
Oh yeah, she slots in as project manager quite frequently to keep me on track.
Everywhere.
Cody, are you sure you want to have a bunch of wine tonight because you have stuff to do tomorrow? And I'm like, I'll get it done. Don't worry, babe. It's totally fine. And then the next day she's like, I fucking told you.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. And obviously I'm gonna get into it a little bit because I feel like it's an appropriate time to talk about it, right? So we teased it a little bit in the beginning of the episode, but we are very, very excited to talk about another trip. So in the past, over the last few years, we've done what we like to call like the grind time vacations, basically. And it's somewhat of a vacation, always a bit of a work trip, but we've taken one to Nashville, Tennessee that we did a few years ago.
Yep.
And then last year we went to Atlantic City, New Jersey for the ISS convention, and that was a lot of fun. But we're headed to Furnace Fest in Alabama. We're going to do that, and then we're coming back in October, and we're headed out to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, folks. And Cody's coming with us.
I am.
That's right. Yeah, Cody's coming with us. We are headed out to a big convention out in Las Vegas, big screen print convention. Very excited to get out there for our first convention in Vegas.
Yes.
It's going to be a really good time. We looked at Atlantic City and some of the ISS shows this year, and they just didn't really line up with what we had going on or when we could travel.
Or it was going to be as cool either.
Yeah.
Like, some of the people we wanted to meet and talk to and see and things weren't going to be at the ones that we've been to.
Exactly.
And we knew that everybody was going to be at the Vegas one.
That's the biggest one, right?
It's a very large convention.
Competitive to the
ISS.
The ISS.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a huge convention. It's going to be absolutely massive. Very, very excited for it. But we'll be headed out on a Thursday from Jacksonville, Florida, flying straight out to Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll be out there for 3 days, shooting a whole bunch of content, going to the actual convention, doing a bunch of fun stuff in Vegas. So it's going to be an absolute blast.
You guys are going to go see, you and Stephanie are going to see Usher while we're there.
We're going to see Usher while we're
me
there.
and Cody are going to just go run the town.
I just want to go sit at a Vegas buffet.
Yeah.
That is definitely
cards
plan.
maybe.
Caesar's buffet is already
Cody,
scheduled
that's
in.
where I forgot that you are into that, just like me. You and I are going to go sit down and play some cards, dude.
Yeah,
while they go see Usher.
the Bacchanal buffet, the Bacchanal buffet at Caesars is already heavily scheduled. All right,
good.
so
yeah, you have to make
be
a
there.
reservation for that buffet.
Really?
Yes.
At this
Vegas
point,
buffets
at
are
this
legendary,
point,
though.
you do just because a lot of it has to
you
do
can
with.
literally think of is on this buffet.
It is. I've
Very
only been
pretty
to
much.
Vegas once, and I remember spending we scheduled like a large portion of time to just exist at the buffet.
Yeah.
I brought my laptop and I sat at a table
Saturday,
and worked
is it
at
a Saturday
buffet.
lunch or brunch, or is that Friday or Saturday?
We're gonna do Friday, Saturday, maybe both. We'll just see what happens. We'll just see how it works. But yeah, we're very excited to get out to Las Vegas and actually shoot some more exciting content. Have Cody with us. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We got a little group of friends going out there. My wife's coming with us. A couple of her friends are going out there to see Usher with us. So we should have a nice little group of fun time while we're out in Vegas at the convention. We're going out there to try and talk to a whole bunch of screen print companies. We want to try and get
we gotta get some contacts.
We need some contacts and some quotes. We need some quotes for some new equipment that we're not going to talk about right now, but hopefully going to be acquiring in the beginning of
dropping
2023.
teasers.
Oh, just not
like all the teasers.
Constantly. But yeah, we're going to go out there, try to get a bunch of quotes on some stuff, try to talk to some people, look at some actual equipment, and narrow down what we're looking for the shop in 2023 as we continue to try and expand the Grind Time shop. So really excited to have you coming out there with us, Cody. I think that's going to be a blast. Like I said, I've got some fun stuff that I'm planning in the works. Okay, going to make a little Meow Wolf stop. Definitely going to hit Meow Wolf.
What is Meow Wolf?
I have no idea.
Oh, bro, you haven't heard of Meow Wolf?
What is Meow Wolf?
Oh, God. You're going to love it, dude. It's a giant art installation.
Oh,
A giant art
That's
installation. It's a whole freaking compound of art installations.
Oh, that's
it is
sick.
the
In
coolest
Vegas?
thing ever. Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
awesome, dude. Me and Stephanie went this last time.
You know I love me some
Trippiest,
art.
craziest thing is so nuts. And he'll have a good time, too.
It's also the same weekend that giant festival's going on.
Oh, yeah,
When
it
we were
is.
young
When
fest,
we were young. When we were young, festivals going
That is
on
gonna
that same
be
weekend.
It's
an
gonna be
entire
funny, dude. We're
nightmare.
gonna be out there.
Yeah.
We're actually probably gonna run into friends that we know.
I'm
like,
sure.
you know?
And I'm sure the emo night after parties will be
Oh, yeah,
everywhere
dude.
at every
We
single
gotta go to
hotel.
one
I
of
kind
those.
of just expect that fest
All
to be
over
like a
the
new
place.
Fire Fest.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I just but since it's like that, it'll be like X Fire Fest X. That's just kind of what I expect.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
I just
Yeah.
I'm ready for all of the
That's
stories
great. All
about
the
that.
all the nightmares that are gonna
Oh,
come
man.
with that. Yeah, well, it's gonna be a good one. We're very much looking forward to the Vegas trip, y'all. So we'll be keeping y'all updated with everything that's going on with that. As we plan everything out, and like I said, be expecting some really crazy vlogs coming in
Cody's gonna be with
the
us the
end
whole
of
time with
October,
that camera
beginning of
rolling, so-
November.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
gonna
film the whole thing.
we're gonna get crazy,
It's
y'all,
gonna be sick.
and we're gonna have a really good time out in Las Vegas, Nevada. One of my favorite places on planet Earth.
Where, Chris?
Las Vegas, Nevada. Yep.
Why are you gonna get mad when he always says Nevada?
Listen,
He doesn't
dude,
like.
listen.
He doesn't
If
understand.
you are a normal person, you know where Las Vegas is. Like it's Las Vegas, bro. Like it's Las Vegas. Chris cannot say Las Vegas without saying Nevada. He can't do it. He cannot physically just go, we're going to Las Vegas. Like, no, we're going to Las Vegas, Nevada. Like, it is
very excited to go to Las Vegas, Nevada.
It's always like
you do the same thing with like if it's Nashville, Tennessee?
I do, a lot. Yeah.
Los Angeles, California. You always gotta say where you're going plus the state.
Yeah, I say
it.
That's
typically.
I said something to him.
Flying into LAS, you know.
we were shooting one of the vlogs like a couple weeks ago, and he literally said Las Vegas, Nevada, like. Dude, more times than I can remember.
You gotta start putting like the counter up there, like Las Vegas, Nevada. Ding,
totally
ding, ding.
Because I finally was just like, bro, do you have to say Nevada? And he was just like,
because I feel like when I just say Vegas. I feel like everyone knows what Vegas.
Yeah, I
is.
mean, and sometimes I do just say Vegas. But if I'm saying Las Vegas,
it makes it sound like
Nevada.
He has to put
it makes it sound like you're going to the entirety of the city of Las Vegas versus just the strip.
Like, the whole. I feel like we're going to visit all of Nevada when he says that. Like, we're going to Nevada and we just might stop by Las Vegas. Like that's what I imagine. Like every time he says Las Vegas, Nevada, a picture of the entire state pops in my head.
You see us in a desert for a few minutes.
Exactly what it's literally
some nice dirt.
This
is good sand.
I don't imagine the lights from Vegas and everything else. Like I just imagine like cactuses and dirt and desert. Like
it's hilarious. That's exactly what I want you to picture, Alan.
I feel like there's only like two valid cities in Vegas, or not Vegas, even Vegas, fucking Nevada.
Yeah, in Nevada, yeah.
Reno.
I mean, it basically is Las Vegas, but Nevada. So yeah.
Oh, he did it! No.
So yeah, that's gonna go ahead and bring us towards the end of the interview segment. What I want to get into now is
hopefully I didn't run through that too quick.
No,
for you.
no, man, you did great. What I want to get into really is, I mean, anything else that you want to touch on before we move on? I mean, is there anything
Tell the people
you're excited about?
How they can get it.
Yeah, how they can find Rozu Creative and work with you.
Yeah, I mean, we're always taking quotes. We're always putting out like meetings and like trying to get vibes for new people. But you can find us at, Instagram or our site's probably the easiest way, at Rozu Creative. Yep. Hit the website, rozukreative.com. It's in current update stages. Yep. Star disclaimer.
Yep.
But yeah, that's just reach out. We're always looking to work with cool people. Like Alan just put us in touch with somebody new, a new band to try and like talk to and shoot some stuff for. So
awesome.
That's it.
Yeah, man. I'm really excited about all that. Well, I'm very excited now because it's going to bring us on into the music news segment of the podcast. And we got some stuff that I am really excited to talk about today, okay? So, right off the rip, let me get over here to monitor 2. Okay. Let me get over here to monitor 2. All right, so Consequence of Sound, and this is just some upcoming music releases, all right? So I was going through this and saw some that I was actually excited about. Let me get back up to the top of my list. So I felt like it was time to kind of shout it out.
Dude.
Who are also coming to 1904 Music Hall in Jacksonville, Florida. So if you want to catch them and you're in the Jacksonville area, make sure you mark that on your calendar. But also some other good ones that were coming out, some other ones that caught my eyes. The Crystal Method.
Oh my God, they're still around,
dude. Yeah, apparently,
I don't even know who that is.
And the
I know who's the Crystal Method. I feel like I know a lot of music.
They're like a DJ duo. Like they were huge when we were kids.
Yeah, like the '90s. Yeah, like big.
You guys are like slightly like a quarter generation.
Yeah, we are.
You're only like it's only a few years difference.
Fozzy, Fozzy putting out some stuff. What else did I see?
Jewel
was in here?
Jewel.
Yeah, wow. Jewel was anything Jewel puts out, I'd listen to it. The Lemonheads, okay,
wow.
It's a vinyl reissue, but still, the Lemonheads.
Everyone just trying to get on that train.
Oh yeah, the vinyl reissue thing is a big thing right now. So the Police with the vinyl reissue. I mean, you see a lot of those, like we were just saying. Rush 40th Anniversary Edition. So yeah, some cool stuff coming out in music here in the next week. So definitely check all that out. But really, the most excited I am to talk about anything for music news here recently. Okay, Post Malone and Billy Strings covered Johnny Cash's Cocaine Blues. All right, so
how awesome is that, dude?
Yeah, this is pretty insane. So one of my buddies, actually, he's run sound for Spore about a bajillion times. Okay, at OBJ, he's like always our stage manager. He's the guy who delivered my backline drum set when I played OBJ last year. He is Billy Strings' production manager, like sound guy.
Okay.
So he got on that gig like a few years ago and has been traveling around as Billy's been just
like
absolutely exploding. And so they were obviously at a concert, a Billy Strings concert at the Observatory in Santa Ana, California, when the bluegrass guitarist told the crowd, I saw this guy lurking around backstage and figure we got to drag him up here to fucking sing for you. All right? And out walks Post motherfucking Malone. All right? Pretty awesome.
Which is cool because Post Malone, this is going back to who he really is. You realize that the hip-hop stuff and the R&B stuff that he got into was literally on a fluke. Like, he used to do it for fun when he was in high school. Just decided to put some shit out, and somebody was like, oh, this is good. We want to sign you. It's not what he ever really wanted to do.
It wasn't the start.
And alternative and stuff like this is what he actually loves to do. If you look at his tattoos, on his knuckles, he has portraits of multiple like rock and country
stars.
artists.
I mean, he's big into. He's made it known that he's big into like country and rock and roll. I mean, he's made it known that he's into frickin' Magic the Gathering cards. I mean, the guy's pretty out there with his interests in the thing he likes.
Nirvana set too on was it Instagram or Twitter a year or two ago?
No, he's definitely incredible musician and gifted in many different ways into many different genres.
Yes.
But I definitely thought it was really cool, especially what he said. So Malone raised his beer to the audience and responded as he walked out on the stage, Billy Strings is the best to ever fucking do it. Thanks for having me out.
What a guy.
Billy Strings is kind of just an anomaly as far as bluegrass and acoustic guitar picking goes. It's absolutely insane. I'm not going to play the video for copyright issues, but head on over to YouTube or over here on consequenceofsound.net. And you can check out the whole video of the performance. It's actually really great.
Is he the one that on YouTube years ago that had that song with him sitting in a living room with two buddies and they were filming him and he did this? I want to say it is him.
Could have been.
It was before he blew, and I think it's the video that blew him up. Is that his buddy filmed him playing guitar in like their basement, and he was like, "Play that song," and he's just like ripping it up,
could be
shredding
very
it,
well
and
could be.
It's about what is it called?
You feel like you're on your own with this one.
Yep.
I'll have to show you after we're done.
Yep.
And you tell me if it's who he is or not.
Well, we'll definitely have to look into it. He's huge right now, and he's incredible. So this one right here, I wanted to touch on because I felt like this could be fun. Okay, all right. I felt like this could be fun.
No.
Coachella 2022, the 6 toughest set time conflicts. All right, and I opened this article just initially thinking like, okay, there's gonna be like 1 or 2 bands that are playing at the same time.
Yeah,
that's the nightmare of every music festival, right? You get to go, you see like 70 bands on the lineup, and you're like, how cool would it be to see all 70 of these bands?
You're gonna see
not
like
possible.
10.
You're gonna see like 25 of them, 30 of them max. All right,
unless you only caught literally one song of each band.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where you can't do it quite like that. But I opened this article and actually thought this was really cool because I thought it could be fun to see
for us to pick
who we would
choose.
pick.
Yeah.
Okay, and there happens to be quite a few for
I'm
some of
probably
these.
not going to know 90%
so
of these.
You'll know some of them. So the set times are absolutely wild. Here's just a post they made from the Coachella. So the first one we got right here is we got Saturday 4:30 to 6. We got Japanese Breakfast versus Arlo Parks versus Emo Night.
Emo Night.
Okay. I figured that's right where you're going, right?
I don't know who either one of those other ones are.
Japanese Breakfast is great. Okay,
no idea.
And that would and so is Arlo Parks, but Japanese Breakfast would probably be where I would go, just because I get Emo Night all the time.
But not getting Emo Night Coachella. That's a difference.
Yeah, no, I get it, but how crazy is Emo Night Coachella going to be at 4:30 in the afternoon Saturday?
Remember when I called you super late last night?
Yes.
About something?
We'll talk about it later.
Don't let me forget. It's something to do with that.
More teasers.
Yep. And what do you think of Cody?
I'm feeling Japanese Breakfast.
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
not super familiar.
I think so.
I mean, Emo Night's Emo Night. I'm not super familiar with the other two, but I've at least heard of Japanese Breakfast.
Yeah.
So.
No idea.
That was actually Consequence's pick. So Japanese
I feel like
Breakfast
I know
is
the
truly
name
having a
Arlo
moment
said
right
to
now, and her Coachella set promises to be the victory lap that she deserves. That being said, Arlo Parks' new track, Softly, is one of her best, so you can't go wrong with either. Okay? So Sunday, 8:30 to 10 p.m., we got
this is a hard
Doja
one.
Cat versus Main Skin versus Fatboy Slim versus Duke Dumont.
God, all 4 of those?
All right.
That's a hard one.
Now, I know where I'm going.
I'm leaning towards Doja, but I feel like Måneskin would put on just an incredible show. But I think Doja Cat would also. I'm gonna go with Doja.
For me, I don't know who is it. Måneskin? Måneskin or Duke Dumont is. I know who Doja Cat and Fatboy Slim are, right? So I grew up listening to Fatboy Slim.
Yeah,
Another thing I was super young listening to him. It's just another DJ. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Fatboy Slim's not like something impressive to me. Would it be a nostalgia thing? Yeah, cool. But Doja Cat's hot as hell, and she's got some catchy ass songs. So I'm probably be going to see Doja Cat.
I guarantee you know some of the Måneskin songs. I didn't know who they were until I saw them at the iHeartRadio Awards, and I was like, these people look crazy. And then I went and listened to music. I was like, oh, I know like a lot of these songs.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Well, that's cool.
They look like they put on a good show, but I feel like Doja's got the win.
I've got to be honest with
Doja
you.
would take all.
Doja Cat is probably a strong number 2 for me because I'm going to see Fatboy Slim if if I've got the option.
Chris likes the nostalgia.
Fatboy Slim is playing. I'm going to see Fatboy Slim, especially on Sunday night, 8:30 to 10. I'm gonna be hammered. I'm going to see Fatboy Slim, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But Consequence did pick Doja Cat, so. That makes sense. Doja Cat is having just an insane moment. All right, so here we go.
I don't know any of
Brockhampton, Flume, and Black Midi. All right,
I'm going Flume.
I'm
going
all
Flume.
day.
Flume
all right?
is the only name
this
I
isn't
know
even
in that.
this
I
isn't
don't
even
even know.
a conversation. And if they Brockhampton, oh my God. All right, well, Consequence, I disagree with you there. Okay, so Carolyn Polachek, Disclosure,
right
and
there.
Turnstile. All right,
Every single one of us are going to see Turnstile.
Yeah, exactly.
right now, yeah, everybody. I mean, if
Bro, they were on the radio the other day.
if you're in a place
new
that
stuff?
Turnstile's playing and you're missing the Turnstile set, I highly suggest that you rethink
Their
your
new album is literally the
situation.
most perfect hardcore to alternative rock crossover you've ever heard.
It's a very diverse lineup at Coachella.
Well, Planet Radio's back here locally again.
Okay.
Dude, Turnstile's single is on Planet Radio.
Yeah.
I know my next one already now.
Sick.
Here we go. Phoebe Bridgers versus the Avalanches.
Phoebe Bridgers, 1000%.
I'm
100%.
not. I don't
No
really even
idea
have to
who
go
any
any
of that
further.
is.
Oh
Yeah.
man, they're great, and I would assume Phoebe Bridgers. Yeah. So Phoebe Bridgers. Here we go. Harry Styles versus King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. All right.
Harry Styles.
I'm gonna go Harry Styles because I don't know who the other one is.
So King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is absolutely exploding right now. They're becoming
What kind of music
huge.
are they?
I'm not super familiar. I just know that they're absolutely they're
Blowing
on like
up.
every major.
I trust your music intuition.
They're on every. I haven't listened to them. I probably should have, admittedly, because I've seen their name on too many lineups to not have sat down and been like, "Who is this and what's the deal?" But I would still go see Harry Styles because I think that would be absolutely incredible. I think
I feel like
it
you
would
can't
be
miss
so
that
much fun.
opportunity.
So yeah, and their pick being Harry. Psych rock explosion for King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is what they're saying. Dreaming about the psych rock explosion happening right next door.
What a name.
So that's gonna go ahead and wrap up music news. But I felt like that could be fun. I had a good time. I'm not going to Coachella. I can tell you that right now. But that's a whole different financial bracket that I'm in. So here we go. We're gonna move right on into everyone's favorite section of the podcast. Food news. Yeah, live and improvised every single time. Copyright me. Copyright
day
me.
one.
Okay, you can't because I just made that up with our mouths.
Hey,
all right,
It's everyone's favorite segment.
Cody got
Cody getting in. You can't copyright us. I may record that and play it back later. Who knows?
Whoa.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Blueberry muffin Kit Kat.
Whoa.
Okay. Now, at first, I wasn't really sure what to think. Okay.
What do you mean? That looks amazing.
No, it looks good.
It looks good. Like
it looks good. But
good marketing.
What I tend to find with these artificial fruit flavor,
all right, let me hear your
chocolates
your
and candies and
bad
like
comment
that.
about it.
I don't know if this is gonna be good yet or not, man.
What?
Kit Kat has not always hit it out the park
With their flavors.
So like the dark chocolate Kit Kat, terrible. Okay, and it's not just because I don't
The
like
mint
dark.
one's
It's
horrible,
not
too.
just because I don't like dark chocolate, because I do like dark chocolate sometimes.
I hate dark chocolate.
The mint ones, absolutely
You
horrible.
would hate dark chocolate.
That's a tragedy. I don't know what. I get what they were going for. Bad concept, bad idea.
Got
okay, the white Kit Kat, the white chocolate Kit Kat,
Amazing.
That's solid.
phenomenal.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so there's certain times where I think that like when it comes to a candy bar, a chocolate candy bar, there's a certain level of where you can take things, and blueberry muffin might be just across that line.
Nah, see, I beg to differ, dude. I think this is just right there at the line where it's like, okay, this is good.
Acceptable.
You guys were really, really close to really screwing this up, but you got it.
It looks like there's at least little
have,
speckles, so there might be some actual blueberry
No, I get
shards
it.
in
What
it.
would they?
Blueberries in
What
it.
would they have had to do to take it over the line? Like strawberry rhubarb?
That'd be
I'd-
too
I'd
much.
hate it.
Yeah,
I'd hate it.
black
You know me,
currant,
bro.
Kit Kat,
I'd
like
hate it.
that would be too far.
Blackberry, yeah.
Well, but what's crazy is, and I bring it up just because a lot of times you find that in like other countries, these candy bars do have crazy flavors
They
in
do,
other
yeah.
countries
especially
that
in like
don't
Japan
exist in the
and
United
stuff like
States.
that. Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where I immediately wondered if this was maybe something that they tried somewhere
different
else
country
and
and
did
it went
well,
well,
and they
no.
thought, hey, let's bring it to the
The
United
average
States.
American will like this.
Yeah, well, but that's my thing. Like, what I'm trying to figure out is, like, most average Americans I know don't eat any blueberry muffins,
they
right?
Put them on
like,
the market. Is that what you're trying to get
well,
at? Like,
the other thing is, like, if I'm at the Kit Kat factory and I'm thinking
Right.
up new flavors, right? I'm thinking,
That's your job.
I'm sitting down and I'm looking at like, what is everybody eating right now, right?
Blueberry muffins.
You know what
Everybody
I'm
eats a
saying?
blueberry muffin.
Who eats blueberry muffins? I mean, I eat them if they're on like the buffet at the
Bro,
hotel in the morning, the continental breakfast. But like,
I eat them in the mini muffins that we get
Bro,
all the time.
listen,
I feel like
Jackson
who-
tears them up.
I
I
feel like
tear
that
'em
doesn't
up.
count as a
Who?
blueberry muffin.
I was gonna say,
You know.
and also.
yeah, I get it.
And also, you can't really count eating children's food. Okay, let's be real. Okay,
It's not just for children. It's
Let's
for
be
anybody.
real,
To say
okay?
for
Yeah,
ages
let's be
3
real.
to 5, like it's not.
I feel like
just
there is
that.
an recommended age bracket with those the little ones.
mini
and
muffins. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. There's nothing
Bro.
wrong with those.
And
That-
those things are covered in sugar on
a
the top.
serving
They obviously
size,
taste
a
delicious.
serving size for an adult male is the entire case. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
I
get
eat
out of here.
2 bags of them
Yeah.
every
That's what
time.
I'm saying. You can't.
Especially the chocolate chip ones.
Hey, hi. I am a full-grown 35-year-old man. Could I please have 3 like crumbs of muffin in a bag? And yeah, that'd be breakfast. Yeah, sure.
When Dixie always has like the thing of muffins and stuff. Their blueberry muffins are amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
they're solid,
listen,
but-
it's not that they're bad. It's what I'm saying is everybody buying blueberry muffins? Like, I've never been to your house and found blueberry muffins on the counter.
What do you
right?
think
They're
would have been a
already
more
gone.
appropriate flavor then?
They're already gone, bro. They don't, dude. I'll get a tray.
Okay, fair enough.
Well,
Fair enough.
They also make the little mini muffin ones in the trays too. You know what I
they
mean?
do. Yeah, they
He
do.
likes everything small.
And
He likes
dude,
the
it's a
mini
lot-
version.
It's a lot easier. It's just one bite, gone. You know what I mean? But I'll sit there. I mean, you've been to my house and seen the trays of like the red velvet cake ones. You know what I mean? So it's not. I know it's not a blueberry muffin, but I'm just saying I
It's
do
not
buy
at all.
trays of these things.
Mhm.
But I'll sit there and eat them because they're just one bite.
Mm.
It's like the whole tray is consistency of like one whole muffin.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know if your math's right.
as we
Yeah.
read a little further into this, and it's funny because I didn't actually look at this too much, but it mentions here 300 in Japan alone unique flavors of Kit Kat.
What?
Oh wow.
Okay, and the team is always on the lookout for the next great thing. Recently, we've been munching on the birthday cake Kit Kats. I haven't had those.
Whoa, I would
That
try
sounds
that.
good.
Okay.
I would eat that.
One of their personal favorites, dark chocolate and strawberry combo. I didn't have
Yeah.
those as well. But we do have the blueberry muffin ones. So what does it taste like? They're happy to say that right out of the package, they knew the candy bar was going to be good. Sweet, fruity scent. Crunchy, crisp texture we know and love from Kit Kat, plus the delicious flavor of big bakery-style blueberry muffin. So, yeah, I mean, you could probably pick these up sometime in the next few weeks. Kangaroos, gas stations, Gate, whatever Sheets, Wawa, whatever you shop
Sheets.
at.
What is Sheets?
Sheets is like more like Northeast, I think.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
another.
Hey,
It's like a Wawa, but like different area of the
Oh,
country.
Is their sister company called like Blankets? Like, do they have like?
That'd be good.
What do we got next?
So this is the next one. Okay, I had to talk about this. How to make the
Whoa.
3-ingredient TikTok Oreo cake. All right.
I
So
love
this is like
Oreos.
blowing up. I've heard about this. So when I saw the article, I was like, okay, cool. So basically you separate the biscuit and the filling. Okay, you take all the cream away from the cookies. Okay, mix in.
It's like a cookie. It's like a type of cookie. But in England, like that type of cookie is called a biscuit.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So just 3 ingredients, no oven required. Okay, so you separate all your stuff. And then you put it in a teaspoon of baking powder, a cup of milk,
Oreos.
and throw it into a bowl. And then I think you just let it chill in the refrigerator.
I'm gonna make this tonight.
Yeah, so it's all over TikTok right now, big thing. So definitely check it out. If you like Oreo cake, because I do. This right here I had to talk about because let's be real. This should have happened 20 years ago.
Whoa, yes,
okay. This should have happened 20 years ago. God. Okay. You know how many more Russell Stover bunnies I would have eaten?
Yes.
If I would have thought, let's dip this in peanut butter. Okay.
You know how many times I've thrown that whole rabbit in the garbage
100%.
because I can't stand chocolate by itself.
And
I hate it.
Really?
You never thought.
Cannot, dude.
You never thought about
this conversation?
God, we've had a lot of conversations, especially about your food habits. What if the rabbit was a mini rabbit?
No,
what if it was a small one,
it's
and it was branded for Jackson.
I can't stand chocolate by itself. I will not eat it. Dude, Mom, sorry, Mom. Mom bought me one of those big Hershey bars for me and Jackson like a few weeks ago, probably like over a month ago. One for me and one for him. One's still not opened in the fridge because it's mine. Jackson opened it, ate 2 bites. I'm not going to touch it, dude. I hate pure chocolate. It is disgusting.
Yeah,
like, it is so gross.
I love chocolate.
Now, if it was pure white chocolate,
which isn't chocolate,
the whole thing would be gone.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
right.
So, chocolate.
Well, okay.
Alan likes sugar and bits of blueberries.
Exactly, 100%. Kit Kat crunchy pieces. So yeah, and peanut butter. You like peanut butter?
Oh, I love.
So this might be. This is totally game changer for you.
Right.
Now you can go home and take your Hershey bar.
Exactly.
Take your Hershey bar and start dipping it in peanut butter, bro.
Oh, maybe I could. Oh, I got jars of peanut butter at the house. Why didn't I think about that?
Telling you, and that's what I'm saying. If I would have thought 5 years ago that I could just break the bunny up and dip him in the Jif jar, then I would have already have done this.
I would have never thought.
But the fact that they're putting it in here with the rabbit, game changer. Okay, so Russell Stover, you win points with me for Easter.
That's a good one.
This one right here, there's an actual reason McDonald's apple pies taste so good. Okay,
they used to
and
taste good.
I had to check this out because, dude,
the old ones were so much better. Though.
I haven't had one in a couple years.
Used to love McDonald's apple pies. Now I ain't had one in a while.
You used to get them every time you went.
Yeah, 100%.
When they were like 2 for $1, you remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like they had like the nice like sugar.
So it's one of those things where everybody wonders, okay, why does the McDonald's food taste so good? I have my theory. Most of it's salt. Okay, salt tastes great, and there's a lot of salt in McDonald's food, but the mystery behind what makes the warm, gooey, and flaky baked apple pie so great has been revealed. Okay? So, the pies we all know and love today are packed with apple flavor baked and topped with a lattice crust. And the reason customers can't get enough of the apple pie is based on 2 factors: the apples and the thickener used in the filling. Okay?
What is the thickener?
So, unlike the apple pie you make at home, McDonald's doesn't just use 1 or 2 types of apples. So you can put away your Granny Smiths and Red Delicious. Instead, Mickey D's makes their pies with 6 different types of apples: Jonah Gold, Fuji, Golden Delicious, Gallo Rome, and Ida Red, which are all homegrown in the U.S. Apples are sliced instead of diced, so you have big chunks of apples. And then apparently their pie fillings, most pie fillings are made with a processed thickening agent that keeps the filling jelly-like and in place, but McDonald's uses a dehydrated apple powder. The powder not only thickens the filling, but it also adds that extra apple taste that you love.
Apple with a side of apple, and you get a good apple pie.
That is the answer on the apple pies, and I will say they're addictive, right?
Oh,
I mean, like if you do sit down and you have, I order 2. If you never order just 1, right?
No,
you always order 2
for $1.
Well, it used to be. I don't think they're anything like that no more. But it's one of those things where you can never order just 1, and if you got 3, it's not like you're only eating 2. Okay, you're going to eat the third one. You're going to polish off the third one. So, last thing in food news, and I just thought it was interesting. We had to talk about this because we've talked recently about sausage a lot.
Yep.
And Alabama with Furnace Fest. So, this tiny town in Alabama is home to some of the best sausage in America. Okay? Obviously, we're going to Furnace Fest in Alabama. This is called Evergreen, Alabama. Fewer than 4,000 people live there. Okay? Small South Alabama
town.
and it's known for making some of the best loved sausage in America.
I wonder if we could stop by there on the way there. If it's on the way, maybe stop and grab a sausage.
You never know. So I'm going to butcher pronouncing this. Konica? Konica? Yeah, something like that. Family-owned business has been producing sausage in Evergreen since 1947. 3 generations of the founding Sessions family have come through the beloved business. So this is 3 generations of insane sausage here. They have come in 6 different varieties: hickory smoked, spicy and hot, all natural hickory smoked, original Cajun, and cracked black pepper. But the company also sells smoked turkey, smoked ham, bacon, hot dogs, and even seasonings.
Y'all go, bring me back some ham and bacon.
Yeah, we might have to do this.
Something that I might have to figure out.
Obviously, we love sausages. Big fan of Azar sausage. If y'all are not around the Jacksonville area and have never had an Azar sausage,
what is an Azar sausage?
Azar is a great sausage company.
You not have the sausages at
located downtown.
I have not. The only thing I've consumed at Underbelly is beer.
Okay, so when you come to the show next Friday at 9,
get yourself a glizzy.
Go around the corner, and Alex, who was on here
Fancy
couple episodes ago, he is the kitchen manager over at Underbelly, and all his sausages are made from Azar sausages.
Oh, okay.
So they are amazing.
Yeah, we have a sausage counter because that was like a lot of the words.
A lot of the word sausage.
Yes.
Yeah. It starts to sound less like a word the more you say it.
You can always substitute it with glizzy, and it works very well.
We call him the Glizzy Gladiator.
The Glizzy Gladiator. Should just Instagram to that immediately. The Glizzy Gladiator.
Yeah, well, that's going to go ahead and wrap up food news, and it's going to bring us to the end of the podcast, man. So, Cody, thank you very much for coming out, man. We've had a good time. It was a blast having you on. Y'all can join us in 2 weeks back here in the studio where we will have our next special guest for Season 5, Episode 9. We have Miss Samantha Jo Clark live in the studio for an interview. We're going to talk to her about hair and all the crazy art that comes with fashion and everything else. So should be a pretty cool episode. Make sure you come back. For now, go ahead and smash the mess out of that subscribe button. Leave a like on the video and tell us in the comments section what you'd like to see coming up in the future here on the Grind Time channel. But for now, from the Grind Time shop to wherever you are, we hope y'all have an incredible day, and we'll see y'all soon. Peace. Yeah.